All right, Craig.
What's up, Matt?
How are you, brother?
I'm doing really good, brother. I've had the time of my life.
Awesome surfing with you, bro.
You too, man. I mean, this trip's been absolutely amazing.
So, you grew up at Huntington Beach?
I grew up in a town called Whittier, which is 20 miles inland from Huntington Beach, straight up Beach Boulevard.
Cool.
And but both my grandparents lived down in Newport Beach.
Nice.
So I'd spend my summers down there whenever I could, and especially after I started surfing, you know, I couldn't get enough. So I'd spend my summers with my grandmother who lived on Balboa Island.
Wow.
Just a sweetheart of a lady. Yeah.
How good, huh?
Yeah, it was so good. Yeah.
And you've been surfing 61 years, right?
Yeah, I started surfing when I was 61 and turned 73 in December. So
Far out.
yeah,
Amazing.
Yeah, it's been a good ride.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
And it's first wave. Where was your first wave?
First wave was Newport River jetties. The wave would break outside, and then just the white water would roll in, and you could get it, and then it would turn into a green wave on the inside. But it was a perfect place to learn because it was mellow, and you could just ride into the jetties. Yeah. And that's right at the mouth of the Santa Ana River.
Wow.
So,
and what sort of board were you riding then?
Oh man, it was 9-foot single fin. You know, old longboard, just, you know, was a classic. My next door neighbor who got me into surfing sold it to me for like $10.
$10 surfboard?
$10 surfboard, yeah. And those things were so heavy
that
we had to, one of us would be in the nose carrying two boards, and the other guy would be at the tail carrying two boards because those things weighed a ton, right? And we were just little groms, you know. So it was... But it was cool. I mean, once we caught our first wave, there was no turning back.
How many pounds do you think those things were? Like roughly?
40. I don't know. It seemed like they were a lot.
And then you're out there ripping now. You're 73 at Macaronis. It's like I'm blown away.
Oh,
I've been coaching my whole life, surfing my whole life, not as long as you. I'm 55. Started surfing when I was 8.
When you were 8?
Yeah, and then you're riding a Firewire, rental here from Macaronis.
Macaronis, yeah.
And then you're tearing it up, man.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Stoked.
You know, it's a work in progress. You know, before we came here, you know, I was kind of having some health issues, you know, a lot of skin cancer and stuff from all the time. Back in the 70s, we didn't have any sunscreen. I mean, a little zinc oxide on the nose, but that was about it. So I've been doing a lot of trips to the dermatologist. But so, you know, we tried to plan this trip in 2020.
Yeah.
And then the COVID hit, and we wanted to come with my daughter and her husband. And then COVID hit, so we postponed. Alicia had her first child, we postponed. She had her second child, so we postponed again. So now, 5 years later, here we are. And you know, Diane, I was told my wife, you know, I don't even want to go 18-hour plane flight, I'm just feeling sorry for myself. But Diana said, well, I'm going one way or another. Whether you go or not, Alicia better go, and I'm going. So I said, well, I guess I'm going.
Got a strong woman in your corner, man.
Oh my gosh. And between the coaching clinic and the stretching clinic, coaching clinic with you and the boys here, and the stretching clinic with Chaz, it just gave me a new lease on life.
So good.
I'm so happy.
How cool is that? Like,
so cool.
You hit 73. Most guys are done and dusted.
Yeah, I was almost one of them.
You're almost done.
Yeah,
and then you're ready to go again.
I'm pumped, man. I'm ready to start traveling. We're gonna book next year.
The wheels are turning.
The mind cleared out. You know, I just going, wow. This is too much fun. This has been my happy place for 60 some odd years.
I'm getting chicken skin right now.
I do too, man. Yeah, brother.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, huh? Like, don't worry how old you are, and don't worry about everyone else what they say, and just get out there and do it. And you're doing it. Like, I went to Roxy's the other day with you, and you just took off, just beautiful takeoff. beautiful style, off the bottom, off the top, cut back, another one. And then here at Macaronis, you're on the lefts, dropping in, top to bottom. And
things finally came together for me today. To be honest, the last day of the trip, but the conditions were so immaculate out there today. Just
so dreamy, huh?
Dreamy. Oh my God. It was
glassy.
I had a dream, I told you, about a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And today that dream came true. So I was just going, oh my God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I saw one of your waves and you kind of took the drop and lip hit you and you grab your rail and punch through that section.
Yeah. About a week ago, that thing was picking me off and I was getting swept in and,
And like you're pretty amazing. Like what you paddle in really, really fast and jump to your feet quick.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
And any tips for like crew, people your age, like what you've been doing? I mean, you obviously the trip here with Chaz and you've been training hard and doing the flexibility, some strength work. That's helped your shoulders.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's helped your shoulders out. Your pop-up was already amazing anyway. You've been doing some yoga at home for a bunch.
Excuse me. Yeah. The yoga practice is a life changer, as far as staying flexible.
Yeah.
The older you get, I mean, the yoga is so important. And I started doing yoga in 2008. And so it's something that I do on a daily basis, but, some form of yoga just to loosen up in the morning.
Yeah.
But as far as, and then a few classes a week.
Nice.
But now what Chaz has done in her stretching, and she incorporates yoga poses into surfing, what you're going to use into surfing.
Yeah.
And then between that and the strength training that we're doing, the hanging and stuff, usually after a couple of days surfing, my shoulder is wrecked.
How good is that? Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is my second week. I've been surfing every day, sometimes a couple sessions, and I feel the best I've felt in.
That's so cool.
In a long time.
Yeah, because a lot of people, it's good to do both. Hey, like I went down I used to do a lot of strength training when I was younger, and I got a little bit too stiff. And now I've got older. I'm mixing up the movement training like Chaz was doing. We've got a gym called the Surface Gym. We've got the Surface Compass, and you do the movement mixed with the strength, and the more the strength is more to bulletproof yourself.
Yeah.
Like the prehab.
Yeah.
So you can
prevent injuries.
Yeah, you can prevent them and you can still keep going. And even if you're a little bit sore, you can actually work through it. Hey, like you can do light dumbbells,
those light
shoulder work.
Yeah.
It's like the worst joint in the human body, stability wise. So if you keep on that top of that and don't make it hard, like you can keep going. You did it. You proved it in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And it's because of the exercises that I started doing, the rotator cuff stuff, the light just it doesn't have to be heavy weights.
No.
Light weights work fine for an old guy, So, it's been a game changer.
And then another question, your mindset, what's your mindset on life, and surfing? Seems like you got a good mindset. Every time I surf with you, you're positive and everything's a bonus, it seems like. And that's how I kind of do it. I surf as well. Everything's a bonus just to be out there, And,
well, I tell you, like I told you, I had some skin cancer on my eyelid, and they removed it, and it came back, and they had to remove it again. And then they stitched my eyes shut for a month. And kind of put me into a dark place. It was
it would have.
All of a sudden, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to be in the sun, and I'm just going... So the mindset now is I think I got a few good years left, and I got my family, which is, my grandkids are getting big enough where they're going to start to surf, and I want to be there for them. Surfing with my daughter and my son has been, it's the best. It's the best. It's the best. So I'm determined now, to keep at it and go home and keep going.
Yeah, amazing. Surfing with the kids just gives you that love and the push.
Oh yeah, and
it gives you this push from inside.
You
can't even explain. Hey.
Yeah, puts a smile on your face for sure, right? You see your grandkid or your daughter, granddaughter like that. And then Alana's 5 and Noah's 2.
Yeah.
And we got pictures of them out there.
Cool.
Surfing at Fish Fingers, which is a perfect place for beginners, and to catch waves like that. So, we're already looking at booking next year.
Nice. Yeah. And then probably like last thing too, like your son charges barrels, and that must have been pretty cool.
Right, yeah.
You got a daughter as well, and then you got a son to kind of he probably back then you gave you another charge.
Oh yeah.
Dragging you out. Like, come on, Dad, let's go to I saw photos of Tavarua and he's like, come on, Dad, let's get some barrels. And,
I got a picture of him when he was like 2 years old on a 8-foot IPA longboard. And he's, we're pushing him into the whitewater and he's doing a bottom turn and he's got this big old smile on his face. And I'm just, that's a classic picture. And then one day I'll never forget, we were surfing Huntington Beach, pushing him into waves. And he came back to me, paddled back out. And he's, we're talking 3, 4, 5 years old. I forget. And he goes, Dad, he goes, this is better than Disneyland. Just going, yes. And so, so every vacation we did with the family was surfing, and my wife was just so awesome to go along with it. She loves the ocean and stuff, but surfing's really not her thing. She tried it, got beat up a few times, and said, But
you're in beautiful places.
We're in beautiful places.
You've been to Mexico, El Salvador, you're telling me, and Fiji, and man.
Yeah, so
stoked.
Stoked.
Who needs Disneyland?
Yeah, better than Disneyland.
Let's go surfing.
Let's go surfing, man.